For the first time in a while, you can now take a U.S. airline to the Middle East. While U.S. airlines have traveled to the Middle East before, it's been on pause for a while because in 2016, feuds between U.S. and Persian Gulf aviation markets forced U.S. registered airlines to suspend their routes. Last year, American Airlines was able to launch their flights from Doha to New York with the help of their One World partnership with Qatar Airways. And now, on March 25, 2023, United has not only begun nonstop flights from Newark to Dubai, but officially begun their partnership with Emirates as a non-alliance code-share partner. In addition to the full inauguration experience, we'll also get to check out the nicest United club as well as Newark's invite-only restaurant, Classified, which gives discounts to United cardholders, so feel free to use the timestamps below to find the content you're looking for. Welcome to Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey, serving as one of the 3 airports in the New York City area. However, the IATA now recognizes it as its own area, independent of the other 2 New York airports. Terminal C here in Newark is solely used for United flights. Check-in here is separated by levels, so the upper floor is for premier check-ins and the lower level for economy check-in. I do find it somewhat interesting that there's no balloons or signage for the inaugural. From other inaugurals I've seen all kinds of celebrations from check-in to landing. Even still, the upper level's grand with its mood lighting, vaulted ceilings, and typical United garb. You'll also find global reception up here, which is reserved for United's highest level of status, the invite-only global services. Check-in was easy, although I was greeted with the infamous New Jersey brashness. Funnily enough, the agent printing my boarding pass said, "Dubai? I didn't even know we flew there." Had me questioning if this inaugural was just a very complicated dream that I had. For comparison's sake, here's the different check-in areas. You can see the premium check-in area up top, and below that is the much less grand economy check-in, since the peasants wouldn't dare mingle around with the rest. By the way, I'm traveling in economy today if I haven't mentioned that yet, so yeah. Economy even has its own security lane unless you have clear or pre-check. Security dumps you out by a window with great sweeping views of the ramp of endless United airplanes. United does make up 2/3 of Newark's traffic share, being their main transatlantic hub. Especially in Terminal C, it will seem like United is everywhere. There is also a ton of gates in Terminal C's 3 different concourses. They also have a temporary United Club, a renovated United Club, and an exclusive United Polaris Lounge, which requires a transoceanic business class ticket on a Star Alliance carrier. Status alone will not get you into this highly coveted club. There's one concourse in the C gates connected to immigration, which is gates C120 to 139 for all United arrivals. All other international flights are in Terminal B, so if you have a connection, there is a shuttle that will connect those terminals. C120 to 139 will be host to our flight to Dubai today. It's the newest renovated part of Terminal C, consisting of fresh restaurants and a brand new United Club that we will definitely get a chance to check out. Interestingly enough, there was no sign of our flight to Dubai on the departure boards, so I had no gate to proceed to. You can see where it should be here above Dublin, but it's just missing. At least the boarding pass did have a gate assignment on it, so I knew where to go. Our first stop was the United Club, which is for international Star Alliance Gold customers regardless of cabin class, or United Club members. Across from gate C30, you'll find the escalators that go up to this United Club, which is one of the clubs they've been updating in addition to their clubs in Denver and Chicago. After scanning your boarding pass and passing through the gates, you're into the Grand Lounge. The first thing you'll notice when you enter is a front atrium, has some light refreshments and fruit, along with some seating, although that's just the beginning. Around the corner in the atrium is an additional refreshment station with a few more options for hydrating and a few more light snacks. The main hallway provides signage pointing you towards the different parts of the lounge, notably the shower suites, which are not a given for United clubs. Adjacent to that hallway is some more seating. This area is nice as it's a little more private from the open seating near the buffet. At the end of the hallway, the club opens up to a large open-air space with buffet, bar, and seating. The lounge does remain crowded and definitely matches New York's hustle and bustle atmosphere, but I will say that the use of spaces they have here still gives it somewhat of a cozy feel in most places. The buffet here is large and is actually in 2 different sections. One part is an assortment of sandwiches where the servers can customize a sandwich, as well if you want to make changes to the pre-made sandwiches. This whole row, of course, ending in desserts. The other section offers salad and charcuterie type options, along with a couple other hot food options. The highlight for me though, however, is the nameplate where they took subway tiles so literally to remain true to their New York roots. Now for the exciting part. United clubs don't typically have shower suites. This is reserved for their Polaris lounges. But this renovated club is now the only United club offering these shower suites. I was able to check in and walk right into one of the suites, although according to the lady at the front desk, there can be a wait, so make sure to get your name on the list early if you're looking for a shower before your flight. There aren't too many amenities inside the suite. I was provided a dental kit at the front desk, and in the suite was a towel set. There was also shampoo, conditioner, and body wash bottles located in the shower. No hairbrush or deodorant included, however. But after a quick refreshment, I still needed some time to go to the classified restaurant before the festivities began, so I wanted to head downstairs so I didn't miss a beat. On my way out, though, I did notice my first sign of festivities, literally, near the exit where there was a sign for the inaugural. While nothing had commenced yet, the setup was set up at gate C-121, including a large number of signs, decorations, balloons, and they were currently cleaning the windows to assure perfect views of our 777. Fun fact, gate C-121 is where Newark tends to put its higher profile flights. While I don't know exactly the reason, a Newark United employee was telling me that aside from flights that are an event, like inaugurals, their biggest high profile day-to-day flights live here as well, although this would be the first flight to Dubai in over 7 years. While I wait for the festivities to begin, it was time for me to go to Classified, which is United's partner, invite-only, upscale restaurant located right here inside Newark Airport. I was given the privilege of being able to reserve a table ahead of time. They don't accept walk-ins, and they do fill up during busy periods, even being exclusive. Gaining access, though, feels like you're getting into one of the most exclusive clubs. To gain access, go to Saison Restaurant, yes, I'm aware I'm probably mispronouncing that, and tell the hostess you have a reservation at Classified. She'll get the specific hostess from Classified to guide you through the normal restaurant to the back, where once you're there, you'll find a secret door, and once heading through that secret door, you'll find the hallway that takes you back to the special restaurant and private restrooms. The menu for this restaurant is pricey, but the items are ones that you wouldn't expect to be eating at an airport, all cooked to perfection and served by very attentive waiters. The seats in this restaurant all have ramp views as well, so we could see the aircraft coming in and out of these concourses in the C-wing. The atmosphere in this restaurant is immaculate and cozy, which might actually mark the first time those words were used to describe anything in the Newark airport. There were about 20 people in here at the most, but it still felt private, and the two waiters for the dining room were always there to help people with their needs, even though all orders and payments could be completed via the QR codes on the tables. I went with a combination of the suggestions of the two waiters, not the most conventional combo of food, but the burger, prosciutto deviled eggs, and signature Manhattan drink were all absolutely amazing and strong. Once I was done eating, upon my exit, they handed me some truffle chocolates as well, which were custom made and filled with a fruity, sweet filling, although I couldn't quite place exactly what it was. Excitement was now beginning to set in. We were 5 minutes from the start of the party. All decorations set, crowds were growing, and the best part was the random passerbys wondering why this random gate had such an extravagant setup and music. In addition to that, the feast was also set. Arabic coffee and regular coffee, which is interesting considering an almost 10 p.m. departure, followed by cold cuts, cheese, Arabic desserts, and meze items. Being full from dinner still, I just grabbed a couple things and still didn't finish it while I listened to the live Arabic music, but the best of the goodies, as is normal with United's inaugural flights, is the pin showing a cross of the two flags, in this case the US and UAE flag. By that point, though, it was time for the speeches to begin. People at United that actually made this flight happen all had a chance to speak, including Patrick Quayle, the airline's route strategist, and after a couple somewhat short speeches, they invited up the crew and it was time for the ribbon cutting as a sea of cameras gathered around. Speaking of the crew, I don't know exactly how United does it, but I do know that some airlines require people to apply to work for the inaugural flights so that they can end up with the crew that is best, that really wants to be there. Our plane is the 23-year-old 777-200. United really tries their best to make sure they have the newest livery serving special flights like inaugurals, and to make sure this worked out, this plane actually arrived 24 hours prior from San Francisco, and they just let it sit at the gate from that point on so it was ready to go. But they finally announced boarding. Of course, for special flights like this, there's a record number of pre-boarders. First, United allowed certain people to board first to get their content, and then between Global Services and Premier 1K customers, the plane was already at least 25% full by the time Zone 1 was even called for boarding, reminding me of the legendary Key and Peele sketch about Zone 1 boarding. The jet bridge and plane were full of excited employees, however, greeting us all on board this momentous flight, and it was also fun going through the different cabins watching the free items get reduced more and more. Polaris Business Class was given classic souvenirs, a souvenir stuffed animal, a souvenir shirt, and the classic Saks Fifth Avenue bedding with gel pillow. After that came Premium Plus, which came with the classic souvenirs and a souvenir shirt, but this time no bedding. And eventually we came to the economy class, which just came with the classic souvenirs. Our freebies for this flight included a Dubai art poster and a souvenir postcard for this flight. We're also given a dessert of sorts that seemed to be a baklava type of dessert with nuts, fruit, phyllo dough, and that kind of stuff. On long-haul flights in economy, United supplies a neck pillow and blanket to customers. Neither are of the greatest quality, as the neck pillow kind of digs into your neck and the blanket is rough and thin. I ended up using the neck pillow more like a normal pillow, folding it up and just placing it along the window. Now today I'm sitting in United's Economy Plus, which has generous legroom at a few inches more than the normal economy. Personally, I prefer the bulkhead because it affords a bit more legroom, and the pocket in front gives you a sort of footrest that the rest of the seats don't offer. The only drawback is that because there's no underseat storage, all bags have to be stored in overhead lockers for takeoff and landing. The same is true for the seatback TVs, which are in the armrest, that must be stowed for takeoff and landing as well. But you do get 2 windows all to yourself. The lavatory in United's aircraft are all pretty much the same. They may get bigger in the business class cabin, but the lighting, amenities, floors, and walls are all of the same design, but nothing really all that special compared to what other long-haul cabins have to offer. As United's signature safety video and theme song welcomed us on board, it marked the beginning of our flight as we taxied out from our gate here in Newark. It was also fun to see, for the first time in 7 years, a United flight from Newark to Dubai up on flight radar. Finally, we were up in the air and it was time for me to open up the TV, although I wasn't coordinated enough to get it open with one hand. Finally, I was able to get my TV up and in position. It's equipped with a USB and a headphone port. They did come by with headphones to use, but airlines free earbuds usually aren't of the best quality, so I decided to stick with my own for now. In addition, there's also a universal charging port right below you by the feet. There was one between each seat, meaning that there was 2 ports for every 3 seats. And now a look through their in-flight entertainment. I personally am a big fan of United's entertainment options. I feel they have a great selection. Starting with the movies, there are a great selection of genres, including some in other languages, although most films are in English, probably because all of their routes serve at least one English-speaking destination. TV shows are also separated by genres in a very similar style. Each genre has a wide selection of shows, each with a large number of episodes. Some you'll find from a single season, and other shows will have random episodes scrambled throughout different seasons of the show. One thing I do like when there is such a wide selection is a way to keep track of what you want to watch. United has 2 ways to do this. First off, you can save shows and movies to your favorites so that you can access them much faster when you do want to watch them. And in addition, you can also use the search feature where you can type in a show or movie or music just by typing in the name of it. Also on the screen is a relax mode, which can help you sleep or relax if you just need some sort of a calming background to do that. There's also a nice map feature that I like that's fully interactive and allows you to see the map in a few different views as well as seeing all the flight info. The other nice thing is that there is picture-in-picture mode, so you can continue watching your show while you continue to find your next one. You also have features on the power button where you can turn the screen off with a message if you want, telling the flight attendants to wake you for meals or not to disturb you. The tray table for the bulkhead seats is stored in the armrest, which sucks if your seatmate fell asleep with their arm on the armrest. It also folds out so you can use it for meals, but you can use half of it if you do need to get out to use the restroom or something like that. United also has an in-flight Wi-Fi network that offers things like entertainment and flight info as well. Once connected to their Wi-Fi, you just have to go to unitedwifi.com where you can see all the information about your flight and your aircraft as well. You can also access their Wi-Fi plans. You'll definitely want to log into your Mileage Plus account to get an extra $2 off for all members, and you can sign up for free if you don't have an account already. You can get the free messaging or full flight Wi-Fi for only $8. About an hour after departure, it was mealtime. We were offered chicken or pasta, of which I chose the pasta option, which came with a mushroom pasta, bread roll, caprese salad, cookie, and a choice of drink, for which I chose water for now. After dinner, I decided to get some work done, but only bummer is that by doing that, I was blocking the fold-out TV with my laptop. Luckily, I have seen these episodes of The Office at least 10 times, so I don't have to see the whole screen to know what's happening. By then, we had crossed over south of Iceland, and we got our first view of sunlight. It started dim, but it was rising quickly as we flew straight towards it. Because of the Arabic coffee I had had at 10 p.m., I was wide awake and ready to continue watching the sunrise until the flight attendant came around and made me close my window shade to preserve the darkness in the cabin. Getting up to stretch my legs if you do get a little hungry or thirsty between meal periods. If you go to the back galley, you will find water and snacks, mostly just almonds, but they did have some leftover cookies from the meals. Speaking of meal services, on flights of this length, they do have 2 meal services and a snack service. So shortly before I got some rest, they came around with these pretzel bun sandwiches that I actually thought were pretty good, but shortly after eating that and drinking the water, it was time for me to get whatever sleep I could. And after about 5 hours of on and off sleep, I was finally awakened when the lights came up in the cabin as we were just about an hour from our landing in Dubai. It was then time for our final meal service. This was a breakfast service and we were offered either the egg option or the French toast option. I opted for the French toast option, which also came with some fruit and a croissant, and I opted for some orange juice to wash that all down with it. By the time those meals were collected, however, we were less than a half hour from landing in Dubai, and so I was able to sit back and enjoy the landing as we got down just before sunset, with the sun shining directly into our eyes. And for the first time in 7 years, welcome to Dubai International Airport on board a United Airlines aircraft. It was fun arriving to Terminal 3, which is host to solely Emirates and their immediate partner Fly Dubai, making us the only United aircraft, or I should say the only non-Emirates aircraft, at our Terminal 3 portion, which definitely made us stick out. Was kind of a bummer not having the full water cannon salute, however there were plenty of airport ops cars there circling us to take pictures as soon as the engines shut down. All in all, inaugural flights are always a party, and while this flight didn't quite have the same level of fanfare that some other inaugurals I have seen, it was still a blast to be a part of. Everyone from the US and the UAE, as well as everyone from United Airlines and Emirates, seemed proud of this route and proud to be here for this event. It's a great thing to see the Western Airlines returning to the Middle East, as it feels like a sort of healing in the aviation world. I do thank United for the party, and I am happy that I was able to be here to share this event with everyone else on board. It was nice also that the fanfare wasn't done once we got to the Dubai airport, as we were greeted here with the Welcome to Dubai dates, which one was stuffed with pecan and one was stuffed with orange. Once we got out of the gate, there was also some more signs welcoming the United Airlines passengers to Dubai to take pictures of. And there was plenty of Emirates flight crew as well as Dubai airport staff that were there to welcome us to Dubai and gave us a wonderful greeting. We also got to give some love to the dude walking through Dubai airport shamelessly strutting the Buc-ee's pajama pants. Now, one thing I will say is that United's long-haul economy does get some mixed reviews from me, however. The seat isn't quite as comfortable as you'll find in airlines like Qatar and Swiss, but the soft product is definitely pretty nice. There's also great in-flight entertainment options, of course, and I did also definitely enjoy the food options, although we were fighting aviation's biggest enemy, which is of course the New York catering. But I will say that the United Economy long-haul flights that I've taken out of their other hubs, like San Francisco and Chicago O'Hare, have definitely been of greater quality food. I do hope you all enjoyed the video. I thank you all for watching and welcome you all to Dubai. I hope you all get a chance to fly an inaugural flight at some point in your life, as the fanfare and celebration is definitely something that you don't want to miss. Thank you all for watching though, and stay posted for some more videos I have coming up soon. The next few is going to be all A380 first class tours, including the Emirates A380 that I will be taking back to San Francisco. So stay posted, but for now, safe travels, and I'll see you guys next time.